My old friend, the One Ring. Could take a fun Emrakul. Let's take the ring. Do you have opinions on Ice Stone Amulet? I think it's solid. I don't have the strongest opinions overall. It seems like Ice Till is a card that might be it might be better. It might be a card you want to bring in like every sideboard game, but I don't necessarily think it's for sure right to main deck, but I think it's fine to main deck. Mox Opal's the most fun pick. The most boring pick is Tropical Island, both reasonable. You could take Breach, which is also kind of boring. Maybe it's not that boring. Breach Ring together is kind of a non-bo because if you have protection from everything, you can't brain freeze yourself. Yeah, we've done some Nantuko Ice Till combo stuff. That was kind of where we started. It was pretty fun. Atali is pretty cool. I haven't taken Breach in a while. I'm on board. Spike, you have the One Ring. You can't take Lurrus. You can't Lurrus Breach combo. Spike, you can't Lurrus Breach combo. That's against the rules. You have to play stupid boring One Ring instead of drafting Lurrus Breach. Rules. Lurrus Breach locked in. Ring goodbye. I think Profs. Prof seems kind of nice. Maya or preordain? Live a little, chat. Live a little. Yeah, we can sideboard ring for the grindy matchups. Little baby. Yes. Live a little. Ring good in breach decks before. That's true. Yeah, I only pick banned modern cards because I know how good those are. Our first three picks are banned modern cards. It took them so long to ban this one. It was in that era, like so many cards from War of the Spark to Call Time got banned. More than all of the Modern Horizon sets combined. So we do want to be either Jeskai or Grixis. So this could lean us towards Grixis. It's good with profs. Shieldbreaker is also very good. It doesn't really commit us to Jeskai or Grixis yet. Okay, so it's kind of, I think because this effect is kind of similar, we might wheel one. So let's take this. Soren seems kind of interesting. You would have known too many Yogg. What's crazy is it's Yogg for one less mana, but it's also like the effect is also better than Yogg's Will. It's not 1-to-1 better, but the fact that it stays in play and new cards can get flashed back is just crazy. Okay, let's take the Soren. Having threats is really nice when you're companioning Lurrus. Let's take the Knight's Whisper over Firebolt. Could take a Cecil, could take Mana Confluence, could take Harvester. We have no fixing yet. I'll take a Confluence. Yeah, the fact that it's didn't exile the cards, it's just everything about this card is so dumb. But a lot of things about a lot of cards in that era were just so dumb. I do like to play Unearth. My Lurrus builds looks like a good Unearth shell. We really need the Lion's Eye Diamond. Super Shredder from TMNT grows when your opponent's fetches. It also can't be killed by Goblin Bombardment. Oh, I didn't realize it triggered on opponent stuff leaving too. That card is way better than I thought it was. Yeah, the first like I don't remember how long pre-nerf companion modern lasted. It was genuinely one of the most fun modern formats ever. Pre-nerf companions was so fun, and it was one of those formats that it was so broken. It was so broken that you just knew bans were about to happen. You knew bans were about to happen, so like you weren't even stressed about it. You weren't even stressed. You just knew stuff was going to get banned. You didn't need to worry about it. We're going to really prioritize fixing for the next packs. It was so fun, but it was partially fun because it was so broken. Although I was like main decking Electrolyze and a lot of my Lurrus list, and they would just go play Lurrus and I'd Electrolyze it. It was awesome. It was so cool. Yeah, we have a load bearing mana confluence here. Valky Cascade 4 color. Yeah, I do kind of wonder who would win, Valky Cascade or Nadu. It's probably Nadu. But Valky Cascade did have a lot of 0 mana interaction. And it also had Simian Spirit Guide. Like what? Like I forced Subjugation a turn 1 Tybalt when I was on the draw. They played Tybalt on the play, and then they commandeered it. And this was I built a deck for that PTQ that was specifically just trying to beat that deck. I was main decking Needle, I was main decking Teferi, I was main decking 4 Force of Negation, and I got slaughtered by it. I got slaughtered by it. Yeah, it was really fast. The ability to like turn 1 Valkyrie was so crazy. Okay, I guess we should have been Jeskai. Oh, Corey Steelcutter. Obviously, I'm not gonna take Steelcutter over Mox. Polluted Delta might be better than Mox Pearl here. I kind of feel like maybe Caleb would take Delta over Mox Pearl. The Bobble might wheel. I think that the Delta is the right pick. I'm gonna take the Mox. I just like to play with Mox, and I'm not disciplined enough. It's just, you know, you play a cube to play with power. Let's play with some power. Okay, they'll take the Sewers over the Emperor of Bones. And then we could take Vamp for the combo. We could take Urborg as a Lurrus and Hymn to Turok Fixer, which could be okay. The Urborg is, I guess, somewhat likely to wheel. We could take the Consider. I think I want to take the Vamp. The Vamp is not very good if I don't find LED or Lotus, but yeah, I think Rumble's too greedy, but it would be really good in the deck if we could support it. I agree. Okay, I'm gonna order a new mic bar this weekend. Revisiting Thrasher with Heroes Hangout. Did you like the cutter build when you played it last? I don't remember. I don't remember liking it, at least. Honestly, our decision to abandon the ring here has definitely panned out kind of well. Nine matches in progress in the challenge still. Plenty of time to finish the draft. Where are we on the standings? We're 19th going into this round, and then we're gonna be higher. Seems like it's actually a pretty. We probably do need to win both of them. So there's Animate Dead, Fourth Cunnilingus, Occult Epiphany, Otawara. Not the worst Jitte deck either. Not a bad Inti deck. Although it could be awkward if Inti exiles a combo piece. Animate Dead. Animate Dead is so good with Lurrus too. I asked earlier, do you think you would have had an influence on MH3 cards if went to consult? I mean, I definitely would have had an influence. I don't think I would have had a huge influence. No, I would just would have been one random streamer on a team. Swamp Mountain. I guess I'm taking. Is it or Rakdos Guildgate here? We just need fixing that badly. Although if we end up just totally bricking on like LED and Lotus, then we can abandon the combo, I guess. I mean, specific cards that you think you would have been able to see and change for better. I do think that there are K Command comes to mind as a card like I immediately saw and was like, this card is really messed up. MH3 was a really big project. There's a lot of stuff. I honestly I don't think I would have figured out Nadu was as broken as it was because of my bias against 3-mana creatures, my bias against creature combo, and also I would have thought that the deck. I don't know when Nantuko was developed, but Nantuko was a really big part of the Nadu deck being a really deterministic combo a deterministic combo while maintaining high card quality, which is something that I think that's kind of the reason why it went so overlooked was that because we could take Zern or plus Soren. I think we just take their Thirst though. I think that's part of the reason why I almost wonder if the Nantuko stuff was just not if Springheart Nantuko was just not a designed card when they designed Nadu. Maybe it was, but if it wasn't, then like they maybe even like not that they did, but they could have found the Nadu deck, built the Nadu deck with mid mites and a bunch of shitty 0 drops, and felt like it wasn't a good combo card. They might have been wrong about that, but Nantuko really let you build the deck in a way that you had high card quality and your deck wasn't full of a bunch of crappers. Nadu was less, but yeah, that's yeah. So like, that's probably not what happened, but for me, like I didn't think Nadu was that good because I didn't understand that you could build it in a way that your card quality was high. Right, I'm gonna take Bobble over Bombardment or Karizev. You would think that they would stop printing card advantage cards last minute, you know. Also what they did with the ring. But yeah, I don't know. I think I could have had an impact. I do wish I had said yes, but that's, you know, all in the past. I guess we're taking Burst Lightning over Greaves. I don't really see myself playing Greaves, although Hexproof on Lurrus seems nice. Oh. Lucy is dreaming. I'm gonna take Urborg over Dam. I like that it makes the Confluence tap for black too. Guess you take Archive over City of Traders. Have you ever tried to brew that use Treble Flames alongside Flare of Duplication? Arcanist? Not Arcanist with the other stuff though. With the Urborg, I think we can take this. Like Arcanist, you have to buff its power somehow, you know what I mean? Okay, so let's take the Dark Slick Shores over Bowmasters. Then we're not going to get Lotus, so really need LED for the Breach part of the combo, but we can also pivot to just be blue-black Lurrus. Although we're not doing great on playables. Nice Bowmaster. We need the mana fixing so unbelievably badly. I think we have to take the Shores. Like we took the Mox Pearl over the Delta, so like we just have to later down the line. That's like the cost. Dark Slick Shores over Bowmasters is crazy. I think you're overvaluing or underestimating how bad our mana is and how high our requirements are. So I think I would take Fire Covenant if I was for sure Grixis, but I think we take Skydiver because we might need to pivot to be Dimir. But like we have 2 double black 2-drops, we have red 2-drops, we have a red 1-drop, which we might not. Easiest pedal of all time. Forgot the pedal does work with the combo. Okay, we get the LED though. You're right. Maybe don't need to wheel the pedal anymore, but yeah, we definitely should have taken it. But we got the LED, so now we kind of get rewarded for passing the pedal. I don't know that we would even want to play both. Maybe we would. Yeah, but now we have a deck. And now like this really rewards us, I think, for taking the fixing earlier, because now we really want to be these 3. I don't think I'm greedy enough to take the Saga over the Vista. How am I doing on playables? I don't love the full spell, but I'll play it. Just need 5 more playables. You can take the stuff. I do think the Saga's fine. It's really bad with like in our Baleful Strix Hymn, Dothi Voidwalker deck. I think it's okay, but like Vista's also really good. Vista's like I think I think this is, if you were gonna pick like a fetch land, pack 1, pick 1. I've said this a lot. I've got a lot of pushback, so maybe I'm just totally off base on this. But like if for some reason I was gonna choose between a Polluted Delta or a Scalding Tarn and a Vista, I would take the Vista because I just don't always draft blue decks. But no matter what deck I'm playing, the Vista will always make it because it'll always get all of my colors. We don't want to do Spellseeker because we've got Lurrus. I'm going to take the Cut Down, I think, over Robber of the Rich. So again, that might be kind of controversial, but whatever. Do we take Dark Ritual and try to wield Tendrils so we can beat Eldrazi? Is Dark Ritual any good in our deck? Dark Ritual Lurrus doesn't seem really like something. We could take the Tendrils anyways and just have access to it, or we could sideboard the Tendrils against Eldrazi decks. The Dark Ritual lets me. I can go off with like. Let's take the Ritual because I think I can go Ritual Unearth, Ritual Whisper. I can like turn through my Ritual Vampiric Tutor. Yeah, I think the Ritual is actually better here than it looks at first glance. Show Off. This could be a like secret alternate win con if our opponent has an Emrakul. The Talisman also seems pretty solid. Yeah, Image is good too. I didn't have time to talk about it. Yeah, let's take the show off. I think I don't like Talisman too much in decks that curve out at 2. Then we could take Trainer to dig for the combo, but possible the top is kind of okay with the combo. I think we'll just take the Trainer. And then could maybe side in Hex Mage against Planeswalker heavy decks, I guess. I'll take Savai Triumph over Cabal Ritual. I'm not going to play Cabal Ritual, I think. Alright, I'll read this card if I need a filler. Top with Profits. That's your top Profits. Yeah, Secret Slick Shot win con is fun, I agree. If you were afraid of Emrakul, then maybe you want a Ghost Vacuum. Yeah, maybe. My Bissell. We wield the Tendrils, which we might just play because we need one more card. Oh, we don't need one more card. Yeah, I think we're gonna be. I don't know. Do we go 16 lands Mox Pearl? We do curve out at 2. We do curve out at 2. The thing is, this Tendrils is kind of a blank card. I think I'll just play 17 lands on the Pearl. We don't need Tendrils to beat Eldrazi if we have Dothi. That's true. Yeah, I agree. The Tendrils just isn't really a card in the stack. And, you know, it might seem weird to play 17 mana sources with the curve so low, but we also have Lurrus as, like, the always mana sink. Seems fun. Probably want one more island, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blue sources for really 4 blue cards. The freeze doesn't even really count. Is Tendrils better than Sorin? No. Sorin's... They'd be good together, maybe, but... I think Sorin's just kind of good. Tendril Sorin, yeah, after you Tendrils them for 20. Okay, one match still in progress. We will wait for the cube until this finishes up. Probably going to finish somewhat soon. Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry. Okay, sorry. The Lurrus needs to be in the sideboard, duh. We do need to play one more card. Alright, I'll play the Tendrils. It's so bad. The Tendrils is like a blank card here. It's oh, maybe it's not. Maybe Tendrils lets you go Dark Ritual Tendrils. Yeah. I think that's enough. Oh wait, this is only 16 lands. I wanted to play 7. Great. Forget anything I said. Yeah, we're still 4-1 in the challenge. Round 5 is about to start. Yeah, I know I have a Pearl, but I think I just wanted to play 17 lands anyways. Like, this is like a colorless Mox besides Lurrus. And so, like, I don't know that I want to lean on it for mana fixing very much with my 2 drops. And then I also don't usually mind being up a mana source when I have Lurrus as a companion. But maybe this would want to be a 16 land deck anyways because curve out at 2. I don't know. Was there another round in there? I don't know. Okay, full disclosure, chat. Yesterday morning, I woke up at 6:30 to go on a morning jog / hike. And then I ended up going to a concert last night. And I got to sleep about around midnight, that was a big day for me. And then I got up early to go to the gym again. So if I've seemed a little bit loopy or sleepy weepy, it's because I do admit the allegations are true. I've been a sleepy streamer all day today. The resident sleeper allegations have been completely accurate. There's no other way to say it, really. Oh yeah, we beat Prowess also. That's right. I think we'll hold up the cut down. I might cycle to Triumph. Yeah, we saw, I guess it's not Marina and the Diamond. I don't know what happened to the Diamonds, but Marina, the singer. She was good. Never saw it in concert before. Although she didn't play Family Jewels or Oh No, which is fine, you know. Again, we don't know what happened to the Diamonds. It's just Marina now. Lion's Eye Diamond, Lurrus into play, and then play Mox Lion's Eye Diamond. I think we could go for that next turn. Let me cycle to Triumph this turn. Cool. Kind of scared of Wave plus Wisp, I guess. Yeah, she did think I'm not a robot, yeah. The center is tapped. You have to pay 2 life. They're gonna absent the bat. Okay. Alright, I know everyone is so excited for this play. Pretty fun. Pretty fun. Sorry, I'm gonna refill my water bottle. Where is it? Too sleepy. But we do get to Lion's Eye Diamond to pay for companion. This is so cool. In a lot of ways, this was the old Universes Beyond. You know what I mean. Give me those back. I tell you, the 6:30 morning hike into midnight concert into top 8 challenge schedule. Very, very delirious. A schedule I've got to get used to, though. All right, I attack with Deep Cavern Bat. Although I guess can't they just wave the bat and then wisp the wave? Has that been the plan all along? Okay, so my bat goes away. They go down to 1 fading counter. They're trying to think if they can target the Mystic, but they can't do that. Wait, no, don't do it, opponent. Wisp your wave. Don't target the Stoneforge Mystic. I'm gonna get all my stuff back. Like, why else would they do this in upkeep if they weren't? I guess. Okay, they aren't doing it. Okay, good. Do they have a land? And it's Wisp 2 mystery cards. Seems like they've maybe made a blunder here. Okay, do we draw a spell? Yeah. I've got some instant speed removal in my deck. So we see the 1 card we already knew about off Urza's Bauble, Flicker Wisp. We draw. An Animate Dead, which can get back my pet card, Lion Sash. Welcome home. No, Lurrus, get down! No, get down, Lurrus! Never had a chance. Oh, wait, now I can animate Dead to Solitude, though. I'm gonna try to get them to tap the Giver so I can Solitude the token. Okay, well, they're blocking with 3 power. I've got 4 toughness. Now they have to protect the Ocelot Pride. I still get to gain alive. It was better to just block with the Pride and give Pro Black. Kind of a minor thing. The Magic Online didn't want me to do that. And people said this Mox Pearl was useless. So many comments about this Mox Pearl doing nothing in our deck. What? Look at that. Is this Ocelot Pride more powerful than this Cauldra? I don't think so, but it's kind of close. When Weave leaves play with the turn cards, wouldn't Wisp do anything to change that? Yeah, it could reset the wave, would be the upside on the Wisp, right? Which I thought was going to be okay to like continue to lock down my 3 creatures for Like another 2 turns. Yeah, we all miss Batterskull. Slick shot show off. Look at my lands. Undercity Sewers, Underground Sea, Swap, 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 Mox Pearl, Lion's Eye Diamond, Mana Confluence. Okay, I'm gonna cast Slick Shot show off. If you did that pre-combat sword and flip, but then I couldn't get rid of the Cauldron token. Okay, so I've gained 1 life. If I attack with everything, I do get to flip the Sorin. Let's leave this back to block the Pride. They have a relevant instant speed spell. No. No, they have a DB of the Silk Shoots. Not a DB of the Silk Shoots. The Silk Shoots are legendary. Classic Adimi. You really can't look too close at these cards. What the hell is this? So they give this flying, then they block the ground creature. Okay, here's him. Classic Adimi. I'm kind of growing. This card's kind of growing on me. -1 life. Well, I had to tap this for the show off, unless that's not what you mean. Yeah, you really can't look too close at these these Omen Path cards. You really gotta squint when you're looking at these. Come on, Underworld Breach. Okay. Alright, so I mean, if I draw a Breach, I guess I can't even, like, bobble enough to drain with Sorin. Is that even the plan? I could maybe Animate Dead of Solitude. Do you think there was just no way Watsy's gonna have the digital rights? Seems crazy that Watsy was fine. I mean, I don't know. To me, this seems like... I don't know. Like, you could call it a bad deal. You could call it a deal that is soulless. It just makes a lot of money. You could say a lot of things about the Omen Paths, or like this whole desync. They could have at least done a better job with the card names, card art. Although I don't know, I'm kind of coming around on this card. Although your parachute cannot be functional like this. Oh, my mountain is exiled. I have no idea how that happened. Okay. I love the art. I don't know. I'm kind of low key coming around. Yeah, maybe we should have killed the Pride. I don't know. We would have been dead to the Cauldron too. Let's go to game 2. Lurrus, I need you to live. Okay, thank you. Did you see Olive's tweet that every Universe Beyond set has already had a Monopoly version? I'm not on Twitter, but I guess I don't. What conclusion do you draw from the fact that every Universe Beyond set has a Monopoly version? does that lessen the value of the product or the setting? I think that might say more about Monopoly than it does Magic the Gathering. Although, wait, does Avatar have a Monopoly set? No, sorry. When I was a kid, I wanted an Avatar: The Last Airbender Risk set. There was no board game I wanted more than Avatar: The Last Airbender Risk. I just thought that would have been the coolest thing ever. The point being made is that any IP can be made to a Magic set. Of course. I agree. Like I remember I tried to design it. I tried to design Avatar: The Last Airbender Risk. And I realized the world map isn't actually all that good. You a big Avatar fan? Just Risk. Just Risk. So with one more mana, we can go off. I know I'm gonna get a new mic arm. This I swear. I have played Star Wars Risk. Star Wars Risk is pretty sick. You know what? X should have been able to be 0 on Thieving Skydiver. I mean, it does see our run seems deeper in the challenge than it actually is, because between round and 2 was like a 40-minute downtime because of the glitch. Alright, I block. Our risk crossovers like Monopoly of the game is functionally the same. They have crossover labels. Well, the risks have different maps. You have different maps. No. No. Lion Sash. Calm down, Lion Sash. Whoa there. You might recall that I previewed you. Don't do anything hasty here. Alright, so I mean, I guess I can go Baleful Mastery the Sash end of turn. They didn't want XP0, so you can't kick it for free to trigger stuff in the set that triggers on kicking things. Okay. I take it back. We have a win in for top 8. Although we might be able to lose this round. It depends obviously on how our breakers break. Do y'all remember the game we won where we had like packed triggers on our upkeep? We were gonna lose on our upkeep for some reason. And we were able to kill our opponent by making them draw with Baleful Mastery. Those details are not all correct, but there's some overlap there. Okay, I'm terrified my opponent's got the Weave Drifter card, so I don't think that I feel that I have the luxury of waiting another turn. So let's just try to YOLO mill the Lion's Eye Diamond. Yeah, I was gonna deck or something. I remember brain freezing them and then Baleful Mastering them, or like Baleful Mastery, hold priority, brain freeze, something along those lines. Okay, we brick on the LED. Classic tap land box hand. They didn't have lethal. They didn't have lethal, but once I cast the breach, I can't win anymore because my breach gets sacked. So I don't really have a plan to win anymore. So, but I was playing around that card that we had seen, the spider. Well, I guess we got to take the Flame Slash. Oh, sorry, we should have played the Bobble. I'll lock in for the challenge. Yeah, I do know that LED doesn't need to tap. Isn't there like a weird... Isn't there like a really weird rules interaction with that too? I need red mana. Okay, I guess I can vamp for red mana and then win. No, my Mox Pearl. I mean, we probably win anyways if I get red mana right. Because I can go Breach, Bobble, Brain Freeze, and then I can Bobble again. Oh, but I can't Breach again until I have to find the LED. Yeah, so let's just wait a turn. Okay, so I drew the red mana, so I guess I can just vamp for LED. Well, the thing is, like, we don't need to do that because when we could breach the vamp, put LED on the top, and then brain freeze it into the yard, and then do our combo. So I guess let's see if there's anything else you want to get. I don't think I have any discard spells that aren't the Hymn to Turok I've already played. Yeah, I mean, let's just not use any more of our very limited brain power. No disenchant. So I think we're supposed to cast this show off here. Since if our opponent does have the Emrakul in our deck, we want to have this in play early so that we can kill them without milling them. No, exile it instead. No. No way, dude. Shh. Caleb would have seen that coming. I guess this is more fun, anyways. Oh, I can brain freeze for. I can still kill them with brain freeze, or can I? I can. Can I bobble twice? Bobble 1, 2. I think I was just gonna animate that the Overlord. 1, 2. Yeah, I can. Okay. Well, that wasn't so bad. I saw Marina in the concert. No longer Marina in the Diamonds. Just Marina. We don't know what happened to the Diamonds. Oh, was the appeal of this deck that we could bid a reunion to haste the pack tokens? And sometimes that would win if we couldn't find the altar. Doesn't really make any sense. We're so lethal just with show off. I don't know that we did. Maybe we did if we brain freezed herself, then we just bobbled a bunch. Listen, the no more lies on the LED was so scary. And they've got an island on top. Or in their hand, sorry. Have you all ever played Magic with someone who calls discard spells hand attack? I've heard that more times than you would think. We had 5 ball cast plus brain freeze for 16 damage. Is that 16? If it is, it is, you know. Seems like that's like 13, right? So yeah, maybe it's a Yu-Gi-Oh thing. I don't know. I think I've told you y'all my experience with Yu-Gi-Oh is my friend Carson. Maybe I'll let them cast this fourth. No, there's no way we could do that. Or I don't know. Maybe we could let them cast the fourth. Cut down a fourth token. They get the Monarch. I get the Monarch. And then I've got the Sorin to block their other token. And I just need to stop them from time warping me with the DAC in play. Okay, so my friend Carson, when I was like 7 years old, invited me over to his house to learn to play Yu-Gi-Oh! He had 2 decks. One deck was full of all of his rares, all of his good cards, anything that did anything. One deck full of all the trash commons. Did not teach me how to play. Just said, okay, I do this, then you do that, I do this, then you do that. Did not explain the rules. Would not answer me when I asked him for the rules questions. And then he would just say, I win, you lose. And that happened for about 2 hours. He wouldn't explain the rules to me. Kept all the good cards for himself. And then I left that day. And then I left. So no fourth, just holding up no more lies. We can combo next turn, so we want our opponent to tap out for fourth. Yeah, that's why I do what I do now. Okay, good. Oh wait, sorry. I thought there's a Black Lotus here, so they're gonna get to go fourth and time warp. No, 1 mana short, right? Yes. Sorry, I thought I guess we might still want to go for it next turn, but dang, this Black Lotus was worse than this mountain. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if they're going for the DAC ultimate. It's not usually particularly good ultimate. So still has the fourth, but passes, so probably has counter magic. Doesn't activate the DAC. I do want to not let the ultimate happen if I can help it. It's not amazing, but they could steal my show off and kill me with it, or my Voidwalker. I guess Voidwalker would be worse. Maybe it was better to Lurrus in hand than it was to Vamp, but I want to be able to kill next turn. I don't know. I can't block a token, but I think I'll just go ahead and take 2 less damage. Are they dead to Storm X5? Yes. Good for me. So my opponent has used No More Lies. They have used Miscalculation. I think I just cast Lurrus this turn. So let's get the Monarch, draw a card, hold up Reprieve off the Voidwalker. Might as well. Don't want to put the ending back in our opponent's hand, although it wouldn't really be the worst because it could tap them out. But we can hold up the reprieve if they've got a second spell here. I guess I don't know. Does this do anything? All right, let's go for it. Opponent's hand is balanced, 2 mystery cards. We're probably good here. I guess we just bobble first. Good vamp. Yeah, no, let's vamp for the Lotus or the Lion's Eye Diamond. Opponent gives us the GGs. GGs to you too. So there are 2 matches still in progress. Let's just chill till round 7 starts. We had an opponent match win rate. So definitely interested in doing another league with the lock-in of yesterday's tech. Seems really cool. I might consider doing Enchant World on spots like this. I find Enchant World to be pretty boring. I kind of pride myself on my ability to keep the action going as quick as possible. You know, I come relatively prepared to make sure the stream is as action packed and as few breaks as possible, because that's the kind of quality I try to strive for here on twitch.tv/aspiringspike. Not playing Ring of the Cube deck. We've companioned Lurrus. I think Ring was our pack 1 pick 1, and I think Lurrus might have been our pack 2 pick 2, or pack 1 pick 2. Fleeb cannot be blocked. Combat damage connive. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go for the Thundertrap Trainer since I drew the Brain Freeze. We have the Vampiric Tutor for the Breach. Okay, great. So I guess we can go for the win next turn. We go Upkeep Tutor for Breach, cast LED, then start Brain Freezing. AA1234 hat with the 2 months. Thank you, welcome back. That's the quality I'm here for. Hell yeah. I do try my best over here. I'm also pivoting my schedule a little bit to where I'm gonna start trying to work out after the stream again, because I felt a little like exhausted on some days where I'll go like run in the mornings and pivot into the stream. But I'm still waking up early, but I'm gonna try to get my writing done in the mornings instead of working out and going back to working out after the stream, which I think it'll be a good change. I had like a really productive session this morning. We'll see. I think it's also something like it's finally starting to cool down a little bit here in Texas. Okay, I mean they could have a counter spell. Let's just go for it. It's finally starting to cool down a little bit. Although maybe this pause. Maybe we do just want to like. Okay, let's plot this. Let's plot Slickshot Show Off. And then our opponent will, if they have a counter spell, they might use it on the show off because it's so scary when it's been plotted. Then we can combo off. What are my thoughts on creatine? I feel really weird when I drink creatine. I don't know. I feel like jittery. And so I don't know. I just drink 3 protein shakes a day. I've had steady muscle growth for months now. I'm curling like 155, which I think is more than I've ever curled before. My writing. I'm working on a fantasy novel. I don't really want to say much about it, but I'm like, I think I'm like maybe close to 40,000 words in. You have my hotels for Japan. Yeah, we're leaving in 2 weeks. 2 weeks from tomorrow we're leaving, but yeah, we've got them. I basically spent a whole day researching the trip, and I had a PowerPoint I made for Esther. Curled 155, yeah. Think of self-publishing. I'm gonna worry about the publishing when it's done. I'm gonna try to get it more officially published. I know that that's a very difficult process. We could animate Dead the Gravetide next turn, maybe. I know that process is like kind of miserable. Wait, I think they scoured me because they thought that the Vampiric Tutor hadn't resolved yet. Yeah, sorry, yeah. I know. Again, I know the process of self-publishing is not very good, or publishing normally, traditionally, maybe you should say, isn't very good. But I think it would be nice to try to do that. But I think I'm just gonna try to write it as well as I can and worry about that stuff later. It's kind of like my third priority after the game and the stream, anyways. Oh, sorry. I guess I should have cast this show off, huh? Although we still have plenty of time. Yeah, I can't say much about the game, like mechanically or genre. We just as a team have decided to keep that very close to the chest. I can say that we have a functional game, and it's really like six of us friends are really working hard on this, with like maybe like four other people kind of working more casually on the game. All of our skill sets have overlapped in like a really interesting way, where we've got like two programmers and a really talented artist and someone who's like a very good leader, and like, you know, I'm me also. It does help to have me, I think. I say very humbly. We have a guy who like owns a print shop and and it works really hard too. It's just that everything has come together really well so far, but I can't say much. But we're optimistic that we'll be able to announce like the alpha version of the game next year. Although it might be 2027 if things slow down, but I think we're on track for next year. All right, so we'll see if they let us see their deck here. World record strict curl is like 258. I feel like if it's a different lift, maybe. So okay, so I'm doing the seated like machine curl. So I'm not curling a 155 bar. I'm doing the seated one. But I thought that it was equivalent. If it's not equivalent, I humbly apologize. Okay, well, I guess we'll just let them deck here, I guess. Might not be a question you can answer. Why did you decide not to speak about the game publicly? It's just not time. We want to come and, you know, I think I believe in the philosophy of your games more than like a year from being public. You just shouldn't hype it up yet, or shouldn't talk about it. Just let the game be ready when it's ready. That's a preacher crew more likely. Okay, yeah. Sorry to all the lifters out there. I didn't mean to do any stolen valor. Cable machines are only comparable. That's mean by getting stronger than machine gun. Yeah, exactly. I'm doing the thing where I do like one superset on each of the lifts, and I try to get between 5 and 10 reps. And if I can do more than 10, I increase the weight next time. And so on that machine, I've gone from 95 pounds to 155 pounds over the last like 4 months. Oh, the challenge started? Okay, so we'll humbly give this match to our opponent. I'm glad we didn't start the league match. Yeah, it's definitely been tough to lose weight and gain muscle at the same time, but I finally have found a good balance that's allowed me to do that. So I